খানাপাৰা ইয়াতে লখৰাত ভূমিস্খলন হৈছে ইয়াতে বহুত মানুহৰ ঘৰ আৰু বহুত মানুহ মৰিছে আপোনালোকে দয়া কৰি অতি সোনকালে আহক
हमें यह भी सूचना मिली कि वहाँ और भी बहुत सी एजेंसी काफ़ी पहले से काम कर रही हैं हमें जैसे ही पता लगा हमने अपनी 2 टीमों को तुरंत रवाना किया और साथ में हमारा डॉग स्क्वाड भी मौका वारदात पे गया मैक्सी ने साइट पर पहुंचते ही तुरंत हमें एक इंडिकेशन दिया वहां पे एक हमने बॉडी निकाली वो पिंकी मंडल नाम की एक नवविवाहिता की वो बॉडी थी उसके निकलते ही माहौल थोड़ा एक अजीब सा चेंज हो गया उसी समय डॉग मैक्स ने एक और साइट पे इंडिकेशन किया बाहर से देखने से बिल्कुल नहीं लग रहा था कि इसके अंदर कोई जीवित व्यक्ति निकल सकता है लेकिन हमने वहाँ पे काफ़ी मशक्क़त भरे करीब आधे घंटे की खुदाई की और उसमें सोरिंग वगैरह भी करना पड़ा और उस खुदाई के बाद हमें जब अंदर से एक जीवित व्यक्ति निकला तो पूरे गांव में वहाँ एक उल्लास का वातावरण छा गया और उसी इलाके में 2 जगहों से हमने बच्चे निकाले और हमें याद है कि हमारी टीम के लिए वो बड़ा सुखद क्षण था कि जब कि हमने उन बच्चों को उसकी माँ और उसकी दादी के हवाले किया
Disasters come unannounced, but once they strike, the rescue has to start within no time. Millions of lives need to be saved. Properties need to be retrieved. Livestock need to be shored up. It's a race against time, and every second counts. It takes a super specialized force to help put back lives back on track. Friend in times of distress, companions in times of rebuilding, and protector in times of danger. The National Disaster Response Force. The great human tragedies caused by a series of natural disasters stirred the conscience of the nation. From the 1999 Orissa super cyclone to the 2001 Gujarat earthquake and to the tsunami of 2004. Calamities with colossal damage that led to the Government of India to form the Disaster Management Act on 26th of December 2005. Another important body to supervise disaster management, the National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA, was soon formed thereafter. This led to the creation of a vibrant, multidisciplinary, multi-skilled, standalone force completely equipped to effectively deal with all consequences of such disasters. Thus, on 19th January 2006 was born a force that was unique to India and the world, the National Disaster Response Force, the NDRF. Earthquake, cyclones, tsunami, floods, fires, radioactive leaks, disasters have many names and shapes, but the answer is just one: National Disaster Response Force. The force operates both in disasters and in disaster-like situations, much before a disaster happens, with a proactive deployment of forces. The mandate is unique. No other force in the world is dedicated to dealing with the aftermath of natural or man-made disasters. The troops are chosen from the country's premier police forces like the BSF, CISF, CRPF and ITBP, with specialized niche in search and rescue, and provide relief to the people affected by natural and man-made disasters. The incident: 6-story building collapse. The victims trapped inside the rubble and debris. The operation: collapsed structure, search and rescue operation.
कोई है? कोई है? अंदर कोई है?
State-of-the-art seismic sensors that detect human vibrations up to 40 to 50 feet inside the rubble. Microphones to communicate with the victims to reassure them of their safety and rescue.
हम NDRF का बचाव करता दल आ चुके हैं।
Sniffer dogs trained specially to detect human lives up to 20 feet in debris. Cameras to precisely locate the victims under the debris. The mission is to rescue lives trapped inside the debris. At such times, the best of technology is used to communicate, reassure the victims, and extricate them safely with minimal injuries. Time, as always, is critical. As the victim begins to give up the fight to stay alive, as their motive and life ebbs away, the life-saving angels of the NDRF are faced with the twin challenges of keeping these trapped people engaged in communication and keep them motivated while creating a safe passage for them out of the debris. It's a 7-day, round-the-clock, tireless, selfless, emotionally draining operation that results in 20 trapped victims rescued alive and 29 dead victims extricated from the rubble. It's another testimony to the skill and competence of the force.
टीम विश्राम। हमारे को कंट्रोल रूम के द्वारा सूचना दी गई है।
The force has specialized teams for different types of disasters.
बाढ़ की स्थिति बन गई है तथा वो गांव अफेक्टेड जाने के लिए तैयार है। टीम सावधान।
In case of a chemical, biological, radioactive, or a nuclear disaster or a chemical leak, in short, CBRN, the approach is radically different. The force has specialized units within their team, viz. The detection team detects and assesses the impact of the incident. Cordon team makes sure that the area is cordoned off and the spread of any accident is minimized. The sealing team with all its sealing equipment puts a patch within no time to stop the leakage. The evacuation team, a part of the medical first responder team, safely evacuates people to a safer place, make sure that the victims are promptly provided first aid and then, depending on the gravity of the injuries, sent off to nearby hospitals. And most important, the decontamination team takes care of the decontamination of the affected people at the disaster site in case of a chemical leak. Each of these teams work in perfect cohesion, unison, and in a well-oiled, well-planned manner that minimizes every danger of loss of life and property. At every disaster site, there is an incident command post that keeps abreast of the situation at hand and informs the headquarter control room of any fresh requirement of forces. Alert and quick response to disasters has made it a unique and iconic force in the annals of the country's disaster management history. The NDRF's well-thought-out operations are a result of their hardened, tough training regimes. Today, the NDRF is a lean force with a strength of 10 battalions, each consisting of 1,149 personnel, strategically spread at vulnerable sites across the country. The high-powered skill training they undergo makes them a super specialist competent force. The technology that these troops are trained to use precision, state-of-the-art equipment in cutting through any obstacle ensures that they reach any person, property or livestock buried under rubble or debris. For the untiring men of NDRF, it's always duty first, even when the troops are relaxing after a hard day's work. Duty is just a call away. Here at this village, 3 people are marooned in a river and are fighting a battle for their lives. At another place, a chemical leak has just created panic, and a crisis call has just gone to the CBRN wing of the Ndrf. The men get into action in no time to answer these distress calls. The drowning people are soon rescued and brought to safety. They are immediately rushed to a nearby hospital for further medical care. At the site of the chemical leak, the Ndrf rein in the problem in no time. No lives lost and not much spread of chemicals as well. The Ndrf strongly believes in the golden rule that the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. With this idea, they undergo FAMEX exercises that help them in familiarization of the topography and geography of the vulnerable areas. Armed with maps, photographs and GPRS, the forces identifies vulnerable areas and talk to the entire village to make aware of the likely impending problems and what they can do to prevent disastrous consequences if and when such disasters occur. They also conduct mock drills along with the State Disaster Response Force, Civil Defense, Home Guards, so that these units are battle ready when disaster strikes. As an extension of this idea, the force also undertakes community awareness programs for their respective areas. A village disaster response leader, VDRL, who is selected from within the village, keeps in touch with the forces to discuss issues and seek information. The force makes sure that at all places possibly, they empower the people with the knowledge, skill and training to deal with such sudden disasters.